Morning, superstar. Hope you had a good weekend, and thank you for the videos. Also, hope you're feeling better. Hope that all got sorted and stuff. You can always tell me about it when you get a chance, but I hope all is okay. All right, so obviously driver swing and then the one iron swing. So I liked where you were in terms of when you played. Obviously, good to play 36 holes and see where your body and your swinging mind is at. But then where you at with the club face. And then what you went and practiced. Okay, really good. Right. What we can see though there in the iron swing is maybe it's still a little bit, well, you got on plane, maybe got a little bit on plane late. Right, but actually the club face is a little bit open here at the top. Okay, so we got to try and get this thing. All right, so I do feel like sometimes with the irons, well, and driver, that the left hand can just go around a little bit. And obviously we know the right hand can just follow just a little bit. Okay, it's just going to help, and we don't have to work so hard at the top. Okay, we want it about there at the top. Okay, otherwise very good. I'm starting to see a little bit of softness here at the top, which is really, really cool. Obviously we know squaring that face on the way down, we're going to look at that this week again, probably the big issue. And then just the one thing with the driver, I just felt like it was a lovely swing. I just felt like we sort of stayed on top of the ball a little bit like a 7-9, right? The whole point of that wide stance and ball position forward with the driver is so we can really load this right hip. Okay, we kind of always load the right hip, and then the ball position and stance with changes. Okay, depending on the length of the shot and the club that you've got. All right, so don't to worry too much about that right now. Obviously, I've spoken about it in terms of the wedges over the past couple of months, but when we're there, means we want to load here. Okay, not feel like you just stayed in your left knee and a little on top of the ball with that driver. Right, so we're going to work a little bit on that. Everything else looking very, very good. Right? Okay, so we're going to do some shots and holds to warm up. If you can, strengthen that grip just a little bit. Okay, we do our shots and holds. Okay, and then slowly add some length, so you can do some half ones, some 3/4 ones, okay, and then some full ones. Yeah, and when you do those full shut and holds, just try and feel where that club is at the top. Is it actually a little bit shut? All right, and then we're going to do a little 2-finger drill. Now, you can do it as a practice swing for now. If you want to try hit 1 or 2, that's fine. But again, it's just a feel base, right? So what we're going to do with 2-finger drill, basically what we do is we take these fingers here of the left hand off the grip. Okay, we just grip it right at the top with the forefinger and the thumb. That's the 2 fingers. All right, and then you can either interlock, you can even double interlock if you want to. But the key ingredient is that those 2 fingers are on the grip at the top and these 3 are off the grip completely. Okay, that's the key ingredient, right? I'm just going to go normal 1 interlock, so you can see those fingers are off. All right, now obviously it feels terrible. Obviously the club is now too long. All right, even if you just do it as a practice swing. Okay, what you're trying to do is create that softness at the top here. Okay, so very hard to grip the club when these 3 fingers are off. Okay, you can, if you get your distance from the ball and your height correct, okay, you can see those 3 fingers are off, and you can hit some okay shots with it, but it feels very weird. Okay, my posture was a bit sloppy there, but at least hit the middle of the face, right? So really good draw. And maybe you can start off a little bit slower, you know what I'm saying? All right, but it gives you a good feel for that softness that I'm after. All right, okay, it's also going to help us get that club a little sort of shut at the top. All right, okay, and then, okay, we're going to try this pivot drill, right? So pivot drill is, all right, where we try to learn how to pivot our body. So our pivot is our shoulders and our hips, basically. Okay, we try to turn, so we always turn above the inside of the right foot. Okay, and obviously down towards the ball, right? So we can do it like this. If you do it like this, the club's right up, almost under your chin. Okay, and you're trying to turn. Okay, so you figure out, it's a 9-9, it's barely behind the ball, quite a narrow stance ball in front. So it's just there. Okay, 7-9, 6-9, a little bit wider, and then driver. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out that pivot. Okay, you can also do it with one hand and then the right hand off. Okay, so there's our 9-9. There's our 7. Ooh, there's our 7-9. And there's our driver. Okay, and then the idea is you then got the club and you can feel the same thing. So if we get to 7-9, there's my pivot. Get to driver. There's my pivot. Okay, so just kind of figure out the pivots. And if you can take videos or you're going to take videos, just take them from a side on. Otherwise, just go with some feel. Okay, but just do the reps with either the club, one hand or two hands. Okay, just to figure it out. All right. Okay. And then we're going to do the closing the club face early. That's our second drill. And I do want to see videos of this one, please. So what I want you to try, okay, I want you to try close the face at the top, sort of column Morikawa style. So instead of being there, be there. Just overdo it. It doesn't matter, because then we'll figure out where we need to go, right? So just at the top, just close the face at the top. DJ, column Morikawa. Yeah, I don't know if I can do this. Okay, cool. That was pretty shit. And then videos, please, of a couple of those. All right, and then normal swings. All right, just trying to square it as soon as you start the downswing. So as soon as you feel the weight shift, then you start closing it already. Okay, so as soon as you feel it, start closing there. All right. Oh, that one felt good. Okay, and you send me videos and let's kind of finally decide, are we going to do it there or are we going to do it there? I think there, but good drill to do anyway, just to figure stuff out. Okay, thank you. So some new different work as well this week. Adding on to what we've been doing, but also some new with the pivots and stuff, learning about the driver. Okay, quite cool. So enjoy that. Send me some videos. Have a good week. Work hard this week, and I'll talk to you later.